Hey everybody, this is WWII here today, and today I'm doing another review video. This time it is on WWII USMC Canteen covers, and the reproduction company is WWII Impressions. WWII Impressions, of what I've heard before I ever bought from them, is that they make great American-made American WWII reproductions. I've heard from different sources that they make it very accurate, better than other places. So I decided to get some, and well, I'm a bit disappointed. As you can see here, we have the third pattern USMC Canteen cover. In reality, this one's more the fourth pattern, and I'll show you in a bit why it is. On first glance, and you guys can probably tell, the one on the left, which is the reproduction, this is the original, the reproduction is a bit baggy. And well, okay, let's just get into it because, okay, not the best reproduction. So this one, the original one first, as you can see, it's not that baggy. If I can get that open. Okay, all I have inside is just a canteen. And it wasn't that baggy. This one, the reproduction, I have the canteen in it, which is normal. But then I also have the cup in there. Let me take it out. I have the cup. It's a very baggy canteen cover. Put the canteen in here, and then you can really see how baggy it looks. It just looks pretty bad. Online on their website, they did explain that they did make the canteen covers bigger so that it'd be easier to put the canteens in, or the cups in. And the reason for them doing this is because a lot of people have either complained or suggested that they make their canteen covers bigger so that it'd be easier to put in and take out the cup. I call baloney on that. If you're reenacting history, you're not supposed to alternate the reproduction so that it's easier for your use. This is what the Marines had to use during World War II, and if it was difficult to put a cup in and take it out, then it should be difficult for you too. And because World War II Impressions listened to these people and actually made their canteen covers bigger, you now get a very baggy looking canteen cover. Now yes, you can try to shrink it. The most I did with this one so far is put it in hot water and then let it sit by a fire. And it did shrink a little bit, but this summer I'm going to try a bit more to shrink it. Hopefully it'll be okay. But it's like, come on, you want to be accurate to the impression that you're portraying, and that means having a difficult canteen cover to put your cup in. Most of the time, I don't even think people really use the cup, unless they're planning to drink coffee or something like that. So I don't really see what the big deal is. So that's probably the biggest complaint I have right now. Now let's get to more the material. The canvas feels correct to the original one I have, which is a good thing. The stitching is just about spot on. They did a really good job with the stitching, very accurate to the original. So you can see they have stitching down there, they have the stitching down the middle. Now the color, they have two different colors. They have this one, which is a dark olive with a forest green trim around it. Or you could just get the typical khaki or OD3 color, which would have been more closer to this. I decided to get this one just because I thought it looked cool. Probably not the best thing to tell you guys, especially after the inaccuracy rant that I just went through. But that doesn't mean they did not exist. I do have a piece of Marine Corps equipment that is a color like this, but faded. The snaps are good. They're lift-to-dot snaps, and they work well. No problems with that. Let me put the canteens back in so they can hold better. As you can see with the original one, all I have is a canteen in it, and it's good. Yes, putting a cup in there and taking it out would be a problematic situation, but that's just the way it was. Oh, before I continue, the reproduction one has markings inside, which I checked in both my Marine Corps canteen covers and I could not find. That does not mean it was not a possibility. USMC World War II Impressions, 1942. That's just something for you guys to know. And yes, don't get me wrong, it's a lot easier to put the cup inside and to take it out. And if this was just a, just a new made thing, yeah, that'd be great. I do love how it's bigger, but for the accuracy perspective, it's a bummer. Alright, so moving to the back, you have where the hooks would attach. The actual canvas piece is attached at the right spot between the two trimmings or stitching right here. The size is just about the same, and they have the crisscross pattern like the original one. It's a bit hard to see on the original one. One thing with World War II impressions that I've heard from other people and that I've noticed myself is they get the hooks wrong. This is your typical World War II Marine Corps belt hook, and this is theirs. I cut this so that'd be shorter, and I bent it so that it would look more correct without actually having to buy another hook. Let me show you the typical Army hook. This is a World War II dated Army canteen. As you can see, this is the hook, which is how they did their hooks. Now, of course, I changed mine a bit, but you can see where it came from. And then here's the original Marine Corps one, so you guys can see the difference. I don't know why they messed that up or what's their reasoning for that, but that's also something like, you guys should really change that up. They did decide to make theirs the fourth pattern, and the fourth pattern is basically exactly the same as the third pattern, but it has a drainage hole here. I think that's pretty neat because these are harder to find, at least in my history, than the third pattern. This canteen cover will set you back about in the high 20s, I believe. I'll post a link in the description so you guys can check it out yourselves. And with that price, it's okay, but it's a bit of a bummer, especially since it's baggy. This has the cup and canteen in it, and it's still quite baggy than the original one. I might make a video in the future over the summer after I try shrinking it, see if there's any difference or not, but I'm not too sure yet. I hope this video helped you guys, especially those making a Marine Corps impression. Now you guys know my opinion on the canteen covers. If you want my opinion, I think you should try getting an old run of their canteen covers because they made them true to size. They didn't make them extra large for room for the cup. But if you did enjoy the video, please drop a like. If you want to comment on your experience with the canteen covers or maybe something I missed, please do. And if you realize you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to me, you should definitely hit that subscribe button. And of course, always share these videos so you can get the word out. But besides that, you guys have a great day.